I think I've forgotten something. Hey. So obviously I forgot my basketball, but don't worry, my buddy's coming with his. But while I wait, let's talk. So this is a bit of a simplification, but photo stories can be broken down into 4 parts. There's 4 basic images that you want to capture. The first is that you want to get character. The next is an establishing shot. The third is that you want to get details. And the fourth is action. And if you're paying attention at the start of this video, one of those was lacking, which may have been why you felt a little bit unfulfilled. Let me give you an example. I took photos the other day. We're using these 4 photo templates. It was a photo story of me reporting from home. I'll put them up on the screen now. So the first segment is that you want to do a character, and that's where you really want to show the people who the story is about. You can do that in a bunch of different ways, but one of the easiest is a portrait. That's what I did. And the most important element that you want to keep is that you're getting the face. Humans connect with other humans through their faces. It's super important when you're telling a story to make sure that that's being captured. So you want to make sure that you have a photo about your main character, whoever the story is about, where you're showing their face. The next is that you want to get an establishing shot. You want to set the scene. You want people to know where they are, because when anyone comes into any kind of story, whether it's a photo story or otherwise, they're just floating in space until you ground them. So you need to give them the scene. You need to say, this is where we are, this is where the action's happening. And that actually frees you up so that you can be more abstract with some of your other photos. The most important thing that you can do with your scene setting photo is to back up and give the full picture, allow people to get a real sense of feeling of where they are. Next is details. That's where you want to zoom in. You want to get the granular details of what's going on. Get tight on a shoe or on a hand and an eye, or you want to take photos where people are doing things with their hands. Maybe they're washing dishes or they're buying groceries or whatever it is. You want to get tight in on what's happening there. And like I said, as long as you've set the scene, with this one you can be a little bit more abstract, but you want to make sure that people feel that grittiness, that they're feeling like drawn in, like they can actually touch the story. The last one is action, and that's where you want to say whatever the story's about. And so for me, it was reporting from home. You want to show it happening. And that was actually what was missing from this opening segment. I didn't play any basketball. And so without that payoff, the story feels a little bit hollow. Now when you think about it, the scene setting photo, that's sort of backing up, taking a wide photo, and the details photo is like zooming in and getting really tight on something. Those are both pretty straightforward, and actually I would say are the easier photos to get. The harder ones are shooting the character, because you really got to capture people's sort of essence in that photo, as well as you need to convince someone to be your character. And then action, because the action, you need to be in that moment and you need to capture it as it's happening. So with just those 4 photos, you can tell a story of any kind. You can go out there, you can tell it about getting coffee today. You can tell it about doing the laundry. You can tell it about, war-torn countries. Like these are the techniques that people use to make sure that they're getting their stories across. For now, I would love if you would like this video, maybe leave a comment or something. Tell me what you want to see coming up next, or what are some questions you have around photography. And then also, if you're on Instagram or Twitter, send me links with maybe you trying to do this. Tell a story with 4 photos. I'd love to take a look at it and talk to you in the future. Okay, so my buddy's not coming yet, but I will bring my camera with me later today when we're supposed to meet up and play, and maybe we can get a little payoff then.